Hello everyone! In today's video I will show you 11 different ways you can shut down Windows 11. You're all familiar with the first two methods, the Start menu and the Alt F4 dialog, and you most probably use one of these to turn off your computer, so we won't be stopping on them for too long. They have all been widely used since the beginning of time, that is to say Windows 95 being the first to offer a Start menu and the familiar desktop interface. Another reasonably popular way to shut down Windows is by right-clicking on the Start button. This so-called Power User menu can also be opened with the Windows X keyboard shortcut. It was first seen in Windows 8. Before that, there was only one option here for the Start menu and taskbar settings. Alright, let's step up the game and include the command line. To shut down the PC with CMD, type in shutdown with arguments S and T0. The S indicates a shutdown as opposed to R, for example, which would be a restart. And the T0 means shutdown after time of 0 seconds. Another way to shut down Windows is PowerShell, where the command is stop computer with a hyphen between the two words. Now, the next way to shut down your PC is with the power button. There are a lot of myths here, so let me explain. You can use the power button in two ways. The first one, simply tap on it, which will normally shut down your PC. The second way, where you hold it pressed for a few seconds, will cut off power, especially if your PC is frozen. The former is entirely safe and is even configurable in Control Panel. The latter, though, should be avoided at all costs and is dangerous. You can lose files that haven't been written to the disk, corrupt Windows, and in the worst-case scenario, destroy your HDD. Avoid holding the power button pressed down. Simply tapping it, though, in and out quickly, that's no problem. And this brings me on to the next way to turn your PC off, with your keyboard, if it has a power button. To be honest, I haven't really seen modern keyboards with this key, probably as you might accidentally press on it. Alright, now what is this? This is the Ctrl-Alt-Del screen, which I can't screen record as it appears above all other windows and dialogs, and in the lower right corner it also has a power menu. The same thing can be said for the lock screen when you get to entering a password. Again, in the lower right corner there is a menu. So, let's continue with another way to turn off your PC that was inherited from the Windows Phone days, slide to shut down. This is literally the name of an applet in System32 which allows you to shut down like you would on Windows Phone and is, in my opinion, relatively convenient for small touchscreen laptops. And the final method for shutting down your Windows PC that I currently know of is with Task Scheduler. This is more of a way to tell your PC to shut down at a specific time in the future and repeat if necessary, rather than performing single shutdown. But why not? In the right pane, choose Create Task. Name it, add a description, and go to the Triggers tab. There you will specify when or in what case your PC should turn off. In this video, I will set it up to shut down at a specific time, like on a schedule, as you can see in the drop-down menu. Choose the time and also whether you want to repeat the shutdown multiple times, like for example to set your PC to shut down every day at 9:30 in the evening. There is a wide variety of options to choose from, like to stop the task if it ran for too long and couldn't complete, or if you would like to delay the task for some time, and so on. Then you go to the Actions tab and type in the shutdown command that was mentioned earlier in the video. The arguments, however, should be in the separate Add Arguments field. Then there is also the Conditions tab and the Settings tab, which both allow for further tweaking of the scheduled shutdown. For example, if you don't want it to interrupt your workflow, you could add that the computer must have been idle for at least 10 minutes before the task is to be executed. You could also cover various what-if scenarios, in which something didn't go as planned, the task failed or couldn't complete. Alright, thanks for watching the video, and before we go, here's a bonus method if you want to make the shutdown command easily accessible with a shortcut. You right-click to create a new shortcut to the shutdown command that was mentioned in the CMD method. In this way, you can pin it to the taskbar and make it really easily accessible so that you don't have to open the Start menu, use the Alt F4 dialog, but simply click and shut down the PC. Of course, you can right-click on your newly created shortcut and go to Properties, where you should change the icon to something more recognizable. Since the shutdown program doesn't have its own icon, it will redirect you to the generic icon library. Double-click on the power icon and hit Apply. Then you can pin the shortcut to the taskbar or leave it as a desktop icon. Anyway, if the video was interesting or helpful, please make sure to subscribe and follow my channel for more videos.